Hello there, I'm Michael1916, also known as John on the internet, and today we're doing a Brawl deck tech for Niv Mizzet Reborn. The name of the deck is Friends Reborn, and it's going to focus on a couple main attributes. The starting point is Proliferate, for which we have Contentious Plan, we have Grateful Apparition, we have Merfolk Skydiver, Pollen Bright Druid, Evolution Sage, Flux Channeler, Johnny the Great-Hearted, Bioessence Hydra, and Plain White Celebration. Those being the things to proliferate our Super Friends package that's in the deck as well as being one of the Super Friends himself in a Johnny. Next up we have Walkers. All of our Planeswalkers are friends. We have Ashiok, Saheeli, Vraska, and Nicol Bolas. A wide variety of things. Ashiok is great to keep our opponent off of any kind of graveyard strategy. Saheeli's there for blocking tokens since the deck is a lot of non-creature spells. Vraska's there as some limited removal, and Nicol Bolas is an all-win con, as well as removal and card advantage. Next up, we have our removal package in Assassin's Trophy, Deputy of Detention, Omnath, and Time Wipe. Omnath is kind of limited as it only has a single trigger, but it can be done well, and with a later card we'll talk about, it'll have repeated offense. Time Wipe is just good if we have to reset the board and get something of ours back out there and clean slate. And Deputy is really good against tokens decks, which are fairly common. Our next category is Advantage, so card advantage. We have Fires of Invention, we have Seeker's Insight, we have Risen Reef, Kiora, Domri, Depose Deploy, Sphinx's Insight, Tameo, and Escape to the Wilds. All of these cards are going to put us up from where we are, whether in blanking our mana slate, like with Fires, to where we can have activated abilities to use, or using Kiora for ETB on the creatures we have, which are relatively few, but also the untap ability for the mana ramp. Depose Deploy is there for token generation as well as life gain to help, recur a little bit of loss against some more aggro strategies. And the rest of them are just generally card draw and advantage and ramp. Our next category is late game, which we have Expansion Explosion, Emergency Powers, and Yarok. Yarok makes it to where our Omnath triggers twice, making it slightly better removal, makes Risen Reef triggers happen twice, makes our Bioessence Hydra massive in the late game with a couple of walkers on the battlefield. And the next category is lands. And as you can see here, we have almost all of the gates, because we're a multicolored deck and we want to have fun. And we can't consistently count on having just a mono red mana base for the fires to count on this, because it's 1 in 60. Next we have the temples, one of each. Scrylands are really, really good in combination with fires. And even if we don't get fires, Scrylands are amazing with things like Risen Reef or Kiora for the card advantage, or Escape to the Wilds. Next, we have some Shocklands in the form of Hallowed Fountain and Godless Shrine. Then we have some utility lands. Beacon, Commander's Beacon, Field of the Dead, Interplanar Beacon, because we're playing a fair amount of walkers, Fabled Passage, just to fetch for one of our basics, and Karn's Bastion to proliferate everything. Then we have our two basics, Forest and an Island, because our card advantage is mainly in the Simic colors. And this deck is going to our friend DecrepitSundew3 to be made into a 100-card EDH deck, taking the 60 cards we have here in the standard Brawl set and tuning it into a slightly more effective and budget-friendly version of an EDH deck for commander play, to give your cards a second life outside of Brawl during rotation or even before rotation if you are so inclined. I'd like to take a moment here to thank our video editor, DecrepitSundew3. He has chosen to help do all of the work here on the video editing, mixing the audio and everything, and I am very appreciative of him. So if you could go give him a like, follow, all of that fun stuff, that would be awesome. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and click the bell so you can get notifications for further works on this series. Thank you.